Well, we have a medical assistant, an office assistant, biller, Dr. Hsueh and Lisbeth Chang.
All of our charts were paper charts. We were doing paper and pencil appointment book scheduling at that point.
This is my 30th year in practice, and I ran out of shelf space for charts. I'm a low-tech person all the way around.
You know, certainly with any physician practice, there is always the issue of information being lost in the chart, or alternatively, the access of information at the times that we needed. With OBGYN in particular, we were finding that we were constantly faxing our prenatals over to labor and delivery.
Flipping through pages, trying to see what is she, trying to tell me, and just answering questions or returning their phone calls or filing.
And when we first started with AdvancedMD, we started with the practice management software. We were one of the first offices to come on board with AHR as well.
Usually I will take time to answer the questions for the patients and things after hours. So instead of carrying a whole stack of charts, that is a lot more mobile that way.
Certainly having access to the EHR, even from home or from the hospital if we're waiting for a delivery or in between surgeries, and that certainly allows for better patient care and communication as well as documentations rather than remembering to have to put in notes the next day in the office.
Now with this, you have a documentation of what we did, because a lot of time we get phone call from patients like in the middle of the night or on weekends, So being able to do electronic prescription, that certainly is a good service for the patient.
It allows us to see the schedule at a glance. It allows us to book an appointment for a patient or so, say if they call in on a weekend or whatnot, then it gives us, those sorts of flexibilities.
I know what the patient issue is. I can click on her name and I have all of her history and and our previous appointment, and I can contact the doctor. I can send the doctor a message, and whether she's at home or here, she can call the patient back without having her to wait a day.
Since we run an office with two primary physicians, it also allows us to set up schedules both in parallel and completely separate.
And some of the other colleagues that they don't want to really get into learning or making too many changes in their practice, and especially people closer to my age, But on the other hand, if I can learn it, anybody else can.